make him comfortable. Have him lean back in a comfortable chair or have him lie down in the bedroom. Have a cool or warm drink ready for him. This sounds fantastic. This part.
I'm in.
I'm in for this number 15.
No. We're already at number 15? Yeah. Oh, God.
Arrange his pillow and offer to take off his shoes.
This is a show about the 500 albums that Rolling Stone says are the best, and we're gonna talk about them ad nauseum. This is a show about the 500 albums that Rolling Stone says are the best, and we're gonna talk about them ad nauseum. This is a show about the 500 albums that Rolling Stone says are the best, and we're gonna talk about them ad nauseum. This is a show about the 500 albums that Rolling Stone says are the best, and we're gonna talk about them ad nauseum.
Welcome to the Backwards Beats podcast. My name's Carl Carter Fansteel.
And I am Dan Woodard.
And we are joining you fresh, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed for season 4.
That's correct.
Insert celebration sounds.
Yeah, DJ Horn.
Coming at you quick.
We're the best.
We need the bunny sound too. Boing, boing. It's time to go.
Time to go, bitches.
Oh, man. Could you think of a bigger way to kick off the season than with Loretta Lynn?
Yes.
Put it this way. Could you think of a worse way to end last season?
Yes.
There you go.
Yes. Actually, I'm thrilled to be talking about Loretta Lynn. We're talking about Coal Miner's Daughter.
Yeah, which is an album that does not sound like the times, because I believe this album was 1971.
Yeah.
Sounds antiquated though.
Yeah, it sounds much older than that. And this album represents album number 440 on Rolling Stone magazine's top 500 albums of all time list.
That's how I like to tune.
440?
Yeah.
But that doesn't really work with like your chakra.
Oh, no. If you want to do that, you have to go to the bathroom, scream, and then tune to 432.
That's correct. 432.
Oh, people are like, what the hell are these guys talking about?
Look it up.
I quit season 4.
Yeah. Look up 432.
Indeed. There's a million YouTube videos of people tuning that way, and it never sounds quite great.
Yeah. So typically what we're actually talking about is your A that you tune to is 440 hertz. That's what we're referring to if you don't know what we're talking about. If you have a tuning fork, it would typically be 440 hertz.
Some would argue, though, that the way that the Earth moves and rotates, and something about gravitational something, and Mercury and retrograde, and Chakra Khan, and all of the good stuff, that 432 is where our spirits and souls wants to be.
Yes. Yep.
But it sounds like dog shit, so...
Well, it depends. There are orchestras that tune to the room. So, like Boston Symphony Orchestra in Symphony Hall actually tunes sharp. They're like 444.
They like know their room.
Yep. So it's all relative. Anyway, once you're in hearing, unless you have absolute perfect pitch, you're not going to notice 444 versus 440 versus 432.
Yep. But when you're looking at it under a microscope, what we call Western music falls apart.
Yep.
This equal movement temperament just does not sound so great. I imagine, if you look at other cultures and music with semitones, you could probably pull this off easier, because some of the sliding that happens, some of the semitone movement, the way it tickles the ear, this might make a little more sense.
Sure. But there's no ear tickling in this regard when it comes to Loretta Lynn. This is going to be more standard. There's one song that's tuned down, which is interesting.
Yeah, I guess there is, now that you think of it, or now that I think of it, because you quoted it. But the album Coal Miner's Daughter is 11 songs, and it's under a half hour.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
Cheers. 29 minutes, 43 seconds. And it's country, y'all.
It is. This is pretty classic country, with the exception of one song where there's like a little bit of a wah-wah guitar in it.
Mm-hmm.
This is straight down the middle, what you expect, good old country fare.
I'm a fan of good old country, for the record. Mm-hmm. Not a fan of new bro country at all. I think that there's some stuff that cusps in the new country realm that I think there's some good innovation there.
Yeah.
You know, like the Tyler Childers type stuff that's a little more folksy Americana. Obviously, Mr. Stapleton still holds his torch high.
Yep.
But the new combination, it's just the pop. All they've done is washed country through the pop machine.
Right.
The same way that they washed it through the hip hop machine, you know, with Drake. The same way that they washed pop rock through that same exact machine.
Yeah.
And then, of course, every boy and girl band you've heard in the past 20 years.
Right.
So it's not new, but when you look at traditional country, we've only had what I would argue to be 2 traditional country albums thrown at us in the course of our voyage prior to this.
Okay.
Can you name them?
No, I cannot, because I don't necessarily agree.
Flying Burrito Brothers.
I still think that's country adjacent.
Okay.
I think it's homage to traditional country more than it is traditional country.
Here's gonna be a fun one.
Yeah.
I feel like most of the Ronstadt album plays country adjacent as well.
Yes, I agree. That's why I was challenging your assertion, because she falls into that, but she has more of the country rock thing going.
Sure. And then
Still cleaner than like a Garth Brooks country. You know.
let's put it this way: those are the 2, in my opinion, that I kept comparing this one to. If you had to put them all in little baskets,
Yep.
I think that these 3 fit nicely in a basket together.
I would agree with that. Yes.
And they're all very pleasant albums to my ears.
Yeah. So talk a little bit about Loretta. She was born Loretta Webb in 1932 in the remote coal mining holler of Butcher's Hollow.
That's a tongue twister.
Well, yeah. So Butcher's Hollow is one of the more well-known hollers. If you go to Appalachia and basically there's these like long winding roads that basically are coal mining towns. They still exist, and there's actually a really cool documentary I saw on YouTube about some of the West Virginia hollers and how they're still existing and how they're struggling because of just different times. And unfortunately, in some of those areas, currently there's a lot of drug use and a lot of fentanyl use that's made their way into there. So it's making what's already sort of tough living just that much tougher.
Yeah.
So, born in Kentucky, raised in the holler. We hear all about it in the first song, so I won't spill the beans there because that's autobiographical song. But we don't talk about the fact that she married Oliver Dew Lynn at the age of 15. And then they relocated to Custer, Washington, where she began singing. Had their first child that same year.
Good.
Yeah. So, got married in January at the age of 15. She formed her first band, Loretta's Trailblazers, performing 6 nights at Bill's Tavern. Caught the attention of Norm Burley, who founded Zero Records, which recorded her debut album, Honky Tonk Girl.
Okay.
This album this is her 16th album.
Yeah, dude. When I was looking at her discography,
Yeah.
I was like, it's studio time free? Like, what? What's going on here?
I think what happened is when they got like a commodity, they did it with Linda Ronstadt too, but when they get a commodity like this, you just keep
pumping it. Yep.
Yeah. Sometimes 2 albums a year, 1 album a year. I mean, not like King Gizzard amount, but it's a lot.
Yeah, but they're also not King Gizzard level songs either.
No, they're not. She has this reputation of tough but tender, right?
I didn't know that, but in post, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. I agree.
And she's had a few controversial songs where she's gotten maybe a little political, which actually, I can't remember which song it is. There's a couple different ones here. One of them is like pro birth control, which was kind of a big deal given that she's very religious.
Yeah.
And that whole
From Kentucky.
From Kentucky. She has a couple relatives you may have heard of. Her sister is Crystal Gale, and basically a musical family. And she has a career that spans 6 decades, which is
That's really impressive. Well, I saw, you do a little bit of research, or you see the pictures of her, or because I've been listening to the album a lot, other suggestions pop up.
Yep.
And you see her and the pictures of her for her like 2020 something releases, and she looks good.
She does.
And you're like, oh, it's because you started when you were 15.
Yes.
And just never stopped.
Yep. Performed for many presidents, Jimmy Carter and Nixon and both Bushes, and she's very well, regarded in that regard.
Kind of like national treasure status there.
Yeah.
I feel like when you're playing for presidents, like you're kind of set in the, there's a tone you've taken that people you'll always be in history, at least recent history.
Yeah. And, nominated for, like 40 Grammys. She's only won like 3 or 4, but
she's always in the conversation.
Always in the conversation. A lot of collaborations with people like Tammy Wynette and other country icons. And
oh my God, you know who else I forgot about? Who was also nominated for a ton of crap, and we hated the drumming on the album. She had the double album.
Yeah, Miranda Lambert.
Miranda Lambert, thank you.
I did not mention her when you said that because she's country, but she's definitely not this country.
Yeah, precisely. But no, we've had a little more country than I think what I alluded to. You could argue Southbound is, is that same realm, but that's more Southeastern, sorry. Yeah. But it definitely more recent country.
Yeah, and that's closer to Americana than country. We talked about that. If you want to listen to two guys gush about an album, you can listen to our Jason Isbell.
Dude, I have people come up to me who know about this show, and that's like the second most talked about album. I had no idea the impact he's made on a lot of listeners. Like, that album was as good as we thought. It's a really, really stunning album.
It might be our second most downloaded episode.
It would make sense to me, honestly.
Yeah. In legit downloads, not
100 from a weird little
not the spam
Taiwanese town in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
We've been fighting off the bots, y'all.
Yeah, we got to fight off the bots. Anyhow, what else we're going to talk about with her? Because I think we'll dip back and forth. Obviously, she's performed with other notable artists like Conway Twitty. They get along quite well.
I can see it. I believe he's in my notes somewhere.
Yep. And this album is a combination of originals and covers and some leftovers from other albums, which still seems crazy because when you're producing as many albums as she's producing, like, how do you have any leftovers?
Yeah, what's the leftover bin?
Right.
That was your 12th album.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy. This album peaked at number 4 in the U.S. Billboard Hot Country LPs chart, 81 top LPs of all genres. Title track hit number 1, certified gold.
That's funny.
Because
if you look at the Spotify streams, you'd think that first number would at least yank it up into single platinum.
Yeah. It seems her discography hovers mostly in the gold realm.
When you're pumping out so much stuff, you're probably not as anticipated.
Yeah.
Right? It's just the market.
Yeah. And when you have like 50 albums or how many albums she has, that many gold, still not shabby. Right.
She's a marathoner.
Yeah. And it's funny because we talked about that when we talked about, I don't know if we mentioned it on the air, but when we talked about The Weeknd, we talked about how when The Weeknd hits, he hits hard. Mm-hmm. And then there's, I'll say, collateral damage, obviously the stuff that doesn't do as well. When he's got 3 billion streams and then 48 million's kind of the stinker. Well, you're going to have 48 million when you have 3 billion, right? That's going to be the fall off. And I would imagine, looking at these are all fairly consistent, not amazing numbers other than Coal Miner's Daughter.
I'd also argue that for the genre and the age of the album, looking at a streaming service, these numbers are very consistent with what we've seen in other albums too.
Yeah. So, I think she's just very consistent. And I remember growing up hearing her, as a staple. I grew up in a very rural area, a lot of country music. She was on all the time.
Yeah.
So, let's see, anything else interesting worth talking about before we get into this stuff? There's a lot. This album, Coal Miner's Daughter, at least the track is autobiographical and it inspired the movie starring CC Spacek, which was a pretty good movie, actually.
Never seen it.
Yeah. I'm curious if it holds up as well as I remember it, because sometimes those 70s movies, but I remember liking it. I remember it being a big deal. She also, Patsy Cline is the other person I was trying to think of that she's pretty tight with, which makes sense.
Sure.
All in that same realm. And they bonded like in 1961 when she moved to Nashville. So I think that's about all we'll talk about. We can get into some other things as we go through the album.
After this break?
Yeah, baby. In today's world, reality is challenging. Facts are inconvenient, and accountability and introspection are signs of weakness. And worst of all, the deep, agonizing fear that you might be a bad person is just a Google search away. But what if you didn't have to change? What if you never had to feel that crushing weight of self-awareness again? Welcome to Nebula. For the dedicated loyalist, Nebula offers our premium submissive reality package. It is designed for people like you with a frail ego on the verge of imploding. When your favorite public figure does something objectively horrific on live television and your brain starts to hurt from the creeping fact that your ideology has become your identity, our certified Nebula specialists step in. They'll look you dead in the eye and whisper the truth. You didn't see that. It was some kind of AI deep fake generated by the deep state media to hurt your feelings. You're the real victim here. You're a patriot. Stop letting the truth affect your self-esteem. If you want to believe badly enough, we'll happily tell you the sky is emerald green just so you don't have to see all of that blue. But what if you're the one who did the horrible thing? What if you're simply a waste of carbon who's so toxic, so undeniably radioactive, that standard public relations can't save you? Nebula's offensive distortion division has got you covered. When audio leaks of you saying something so vile your own shadow tries to leave you, don't apologize. Apologies are for people with a spine. Nebula teaches you to weaponize an absolute lack of shame. We'll help you double down, protect your crimes onto a minority group, and convince your followers that you're actually fighting a secret cabal of midget fortune tellers. Why change your behavior when for a nominal fee, you can look your supporters right in the eye and gaslight the brains out of them? Protect your delicate glass-like psyche with the ultimate buffer, Nebula, because reality is for people who can afford a conscience. Don't just change the narrative, lobotomize it.
Yeah, freedom for Spider-Man. He needs to be let out of his own origin story at this point.
That's correct.
Which one was your favorite? I liked Toby Keith.
Toby Keith? I would pay to see Toby Keith.
Yeah, Spider-Man. Can you imagine him hanging upside down?
Yeah.
Just pukes.
Man, I saw that movie at a friend's house, the first Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire.
The lesser Toby.
Yes, and my friend, he just got this new home theater set up, and he'd been drinking a little bit of rye, and the entire time we're watching the movie, he's like, Tobey Maguire, like Cider House rules. He just kept saying the whole
kept saying it. Oh my God. Yeah. Well, there you go. You could have made a Jerry Maguire joke in there and really gotten the full experience. Yeah. So let's crack into this thing. Like I said, relatively short album. It only 29 minutes, 43 seconds, 11 songs. Do you know where the album cuts?
I don't, but let's cut it in half.
That should be fun. Oh, we'll cut it at 5.5 songs.
Yep.
But the album opens up incredibly strong on its title track, Coal Miner's Daughter.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on this? I'm going to go technical on this one, if you believe it.
I think, there's a lot of technical prowess to speak about throughout the course of this album. So if you're going to go technical, I'm going to go with the storytelling.
Yep.
If this is your first Loretta Lynn experience, which is my true first, have I heard her in the past and backgrounds and things? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Could I pick that out of a lineup and be like, that's Loretta Lynn? Not until now.
Yeah.
Now I'm pretty sure I'd shoot 0.6. Like I get close.
Yeah, she has a distinctive voice.
Distinctive enough. It's a great voice. Mm-hmm. I really like her voice, and she has a few voices we'll speak about over the course of this album. Here, what I enjoy about the song the most, though, is this. I think it became the prototype for so many later songs about how to tell a story in a way that's clean. Mm-hmm. She's not looking for pity. She's not looking for a pat on the back. She's just talking about her experience as a coal miner's daughter and what that meant to her family, her mother, her father, and most importantly, her.
Yeah, she's not ashamed. She's fairly proud of it. Dad did what he could do.
I'd say.
Always found money.
And there's not a wasted word in this song to get that story across. There's no fluff. There's nothing, too crazy. You're smiling.
Keep going. My ADD got the better.
It's all good. No, she has a fantastic voice, and then on top of that, it's paired with really, really choice instrumentalists.
Mm-hmm.
Not only is the arrangement and the kind of sonic yard that they use by the choice of instruments super appropriate, the players are stellar.
They are, and you also have background vocals, which is the Jordanaires. Who we've talked about already indirectly when we talked about Harry Styles, because the Jordanaires were also background vocals for Elvis, and Harry Styles' first recorded song was an Elvis song.
There you go.
With the Jordanaires. So,
man, that's 3 degrees.
Yeah, there we go. But I'm just saying, we've mentioned the Jordanaires already in this podcast.
Stamp it. Approved.
Yeah. You have some really good instrumentation here. You have Hal Rugg doing the steel guitar and dobro throughout this whole thing.
Crushing.
You have Bunny Harmon on drums, Ray Edenton on guitar and acoustic guitar. And these are just phenomenal, tight, like well-rehearsed musicians.
Yeah. Are they the consistent players throughout the course of this album? Do you happen to know?
Yeah. I mean, there's a few other people I haven't mentioned,
but generally speaking, this is her wrecking crew.
Yeah. There are more people. Yeah, Bobby Thompson on banjo, Pete Wade on guitar. Unfortunately, I couldn't tell you who's playing on which track. I don't have that information, but
that's okay. Did you find this track a little hard to find, or this album a little hard to find liner notes on, or find the full collection?
Yeah,
I did. Yeah. It was really challenging. This does not load on Spotify's album page. You have to go to compilations to find it.
Yeah,
which is stupid.
Right.
And when that happens, it loses a lot of like the write-ups and the ability to do quick research.
Yeah, and I went over. I did Wikipedia. I did Discogs. Mm-hmm. Discogs was fine, but it wasn't much better than Wikipedia. And very often Wikipedia pulls from Discogs.
Yeah,
which
they self-populate.
Yeah. So there's good information, just not great information.
But there's great instrumentation and great players.
Yeah. So the technical thing, I just get in right off the top here. So what I love about this actually is the production. There's a reverb that's on her voice, which is stellar, because her voice is super present, and yet there's reverb.
Yeah, but because this preamp is also stellar.
Yes, yeah. So I think I want to talk about that a little bit here, because if you think about reverb back in 1971. You're talking about something like an EMT 140, which is an 8-foot by 4-foot piece of metal, a 600-pound plate of steel. When I say plate reverb, when you see it in your
it's
digital
a physical plate
reverb. So before that, they basically had echo chambers, and what they would do is they would run a speaker in that echo chamber and a microphone in that echo chamber, and record the signal back, and they would put the reverb on a separate track, and they blend it. In this particular case, you have this dynamic leveling, and what they're doing is I do know this. So this was recorded in. I just lost the name here. Let me pull it up here. This was recorded
most likely in Nashville by then.
Yes, it was in Bradley's Barn. I'm like, this is an iconic place, Bradley's Barn in Mount Juliet, Tennessee, actually, and produced by Owen Bradley. And so this was recorded live. This is actually a first take song.
Horribly impressive.
And so she was recorded with the band, but with baffles all around her for isolation, and which is really important, so you don't get like drum bleed in your mic and things like that. And then basically what you have is you have a signal that's going out. It's going usually into a separate room where this 600-pound behemoth is, and you don't really have a speaker attached to it, but you basically have the what's the word I'm looking for? It's like a speaker. I'll say it's a speaker that's essentially attached to the plate.
Yeah.
It causes the plate to vibrate.
Yep.
And then if you want a certain amount of reverb, there's a physical dampener that with like servo motors that they like crank closer
to push against it.
Push against the plate.
Yeah. So you can have a totally untouched plates, loose and massive, rings on forever.
Yeah.
The more of this, I'm sure it's like as a felt end on it, much like a piano hammer.
Right.
Right. The more you damper in, just like the damper pedal does.
Yes. Yeah. The middle pedal that nobody knows what it does.
It's called the damper.
Yes.
And yeah, that's dorky as hell. Let's go, baby.
Yeah.
Song one.
Yeah. Song one. The other thing that's interesting is in order for this to work, in order for you to have that crisp, clean thing, obviously they have to EQ this delay. They have to roll off the low end rumble and some of the high end hiss. But in order for her voice to sound so present, you have to put in a pre-delay. And the way that you know this, but the way this is done is it's the distance between the playhead and the record head, the physical distance in the tape as it's going past the playhead before it hits the record head. That's telling you the delay. It's usually like 400 milliseconds. And that's why she sounds so crisp. But you saw this fantastic reverb.
Because
this is not
pre-delay captures her. It adds attack effectively.
Yeah. And that's where this is not wall of sound reverb.
It's quite the opposite.
Yeah.
In a recording that you feel in your gut is drenched in reverb. Not this one. To speak about most of the recordings on this album, it's generally fairly consistent.
Yep.
There are a couple that really do stick out for better or worse.
Yep.
But generally speaking, I'd say 8 of these songs are the same color.
Yep.
And yeah, you think to yourself, why is there so much accuracy yet such a huge room sound?
Yeah.
This is your answer.
This is why. Also, Neumann, not sure if it's U47, U67, but that was...
The 87 could be there too.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a big diaphragm mic right on it. It sounds like they had access to great gear and took recording very serious.
Yeah.
And what better way to start it off? This song is pretty much for everybody.
Yeah.
If you don't like this, you're not going to like the rest of the album.
Yeah.
But also if you don't like this, like give it a listen. The playing's great, the singing's great, the content's great. It's such a smart play.
Yep. Fantastic.
All right. Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
Let's move on to song number 2, which is called Hello, Darlin'.
Yep. So I'm more familiar with the Conway Twitty version of this song.
I knew the Conway Twitty version of this song too.
But it's interesting to hear a female take on the same song.
I can't unhear the Hello, Darlin', right? Like,
Yeah.
So this is not a criticism against her. This is a weird Carl-ism. For some reason, for the life of me, like there's certain things I just hate. Like I hate crayons. Like I can't pick up a crayon off the table at IHOP.
Is it the paper on the crayon?
No, it's the smell of them, the wax, the idea of all of it, anything. Ooh.
Okay.
Anyway, but the paper's also whack. The whole thing.
Yep.
Cast them all to hell with snakes.
Got it.
I also just for some reason can't stand
The spoken part?
the spoken shit into the singing. It doesn't matter. It can be my favorite artist. I find it to be, as the kids would say, ick or cringy. I just hate it. And I understand it's a stylistic choice and the best artists have done it. And I just don't fucking like it, man.
And I'll say this. I like her take on this song. I'm going to start that first because I wanted to say I don't like women or something like that. That's what we've been accused of.
I mentioned that too later.
But it's I agree with you. I don't like, and she's mimicking what Conway Twitty does. And somehow it doesn't sound as, it sounds.
That's not how you speak. That's not what you sound like when you talk. She's overdoing it. It's too breathy. It's like not right.
Yeah.
It really, really, really distracts me in an otherwise very good song.
It is. And this was, number one hit.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm wrong, guys. Don't listen to me.
Yeah, but I'm with you. And this also, I love the Jordanaires background vocals. To have her in the chorus, that bass.
Oh my God. It's so weird when you hear the chord that they're singing.
Yeah.
Because they'll throw the inversion is so wild. Like these low 5s and 3s when the timbre is there of that rich male voice in contrast to hers, and they're over an octave apart.
Yeah.
It's breathtaking.
Yep.
I grew up going to a Lutheran church. What I could tell you about Lutherans is they really like coffee and they really like singing harmony.
Yep.
And the closest thing I could hear in my ears was like a pipe organ when you get that divide and then this massive harmony.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it just felt very rich.
Yeah.
My concern here, and they'll do this throughout the course of the album, is I don't know about you, but they were panned so hard left. It was a little distracting.
I agree.
The separation of instruments, I don't love this technique, guys. It's like they stuck her dead in the center. Fine.
Yep.
But where they decided to put some of the guitars and the steels, I totally understand. But almost every song, I could tell you, the acoustic guitar was panned hard right 80 on your hard right 80.
Yeah.
And this choir would be pushed hard left 80 or 85, sometimes 100 it felt like, just so jarringly only in my left ear, which I understand separating sounds, but when you have something that rich, that developed, that ear catching, it's crazy to only hear out of one ear. You're like, am I broken?
Yeah, and I feel like that's still people finding their legs with stereo recording. I mean, it's been around for a while now, but dude,
they're pulling off plate reverb techniques with pre-delay.
They are, But I think the stereo sound was still like, we have to prove that we're stereo, because you would see on records, it would say in stereo.
Yeah,
on these.
We have
records.
the space, must use it.
Yeah, and so now we learn, like, even this podcast, we're stereo panned.
Over time, we've drew our stereo panning inwards. We used to be 27 left, right flanked.
Yep.
Then we went to 24.
Yep.
Today we're 22. I've gone as low as 19. And I think it adds depth to the podcast. I enjoy listening to it, but you don't want to hear just Carl on your right, just Stan on your left.
Right. Exactly. And we're panned the way we're situated if you're watching us.
And that's generally the goal of any front of the house sound person or a recording, artist or technician.
However, I've never understood why drums are panned from the drummer's perspective instead of the audience perspective.
Dude, I've caught myself doing that and here's why.
Most people do that.
As a drummer.
Yeah.
So you start mixing yourself and you'll mix the way you sit behind the kit, not the way the audience should hear you. And it's a big no-no. It creates phase issues.
Yeah, but I feel like I hear more drum fills go from left to right instead of right to left as the audience would hear it.
And 90% of drummers being right-handed. Yes, indeed.
Yes.
And drum fills almost always starting high sound source to low if you're doing the typical 4 on each pattern.
Yeah. So
fascinating. Dude, we're technical today.
Yeah,
Look at us go.
Technical. Who thought? Because the harmony in this album is not very profound. Almost at 1/4. There's a couple.
The composition, but man, the performance is profound.
Yes, it is. It is. I think because the harmonic language is not necessarily that deep throughout this album, the way they get around it is with key changes. Almost every song has some sort of key change.
Modulation of some sort. Absolutely. The other technical item that I'd like to speak about, which actually I think we'll really see here in the next tune, which is Less Is Me.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, may as well. Do you have anything else you want to say about Hello, Darling?
I like the tremolo guitar in the back.
I love it so much. The instrumentation across the board, guys. You'll hear about it when I don't like it, if I don't like it.
You know, it's funny. I was actually talking to my mom about this album because this is one of her things, and I think she's forgetting. She goes, "Well, they didn't have a lot of instruments." I'm like, they didn't have a lot of diversity of instruments. It's mostly guitar, drums, and piano, and
there's a steel in almost every song,
right? And I think she's just forgetting because, again, musically, this is not complicated, but there's a lot of layers of instruments in this album.
See, I
argued with her. I said, I just listened to it on the way up here. Like,
yeah, I'm starting to fall back from that it's not complicated thing because there's some really choice licks and the way people are ducking in and playing to her as a centerpiece. Yeah. This is next level. Like, I wish I could play like this.
Yeah, not performance. I'm saying they're mostly 1/4.
Oh, sure, yes. 2-5-1 stuff on here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. If you look at the chord chart, I agree with you there, and I'll double down and also go ahead and give you the green check mark with are the vocal arrangements on the choral group complicated? Nay.
All right.
She sings some pretty cool stuff.
She sure does. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, but here in Less of Me, there's another technique that they use that's really neat, where they'll extend a phrase.
Yep.
Right. And so she'll sing a whole vocal line. We'll generally sing in groups of 4 or 8 measures.
Yep.
And they'll extend 2 more measures just so an instrument can come in and do an interlude and refresh your ears.
Yeah.
And I believe it's featured in here amongst a couple other tunes.
Yeah. Yeah. There's one other one I notice it more, but yes, this one.
That might be the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah. So this is a Glenn Campbell written song.
I knew this song.
Yep. It might be.
It might be on the album that you're about to pick up.
About to pick up. Well, look. Go ahead and tell me some.
Is that the Rhinestone Cowboy album?
This is the Rhinestone Cowboy album.
All right, so you're just looking for less of me.
It is not on this one.
Darn it. Oh well, I probably have it anyway.
Yeah.
So here, Dan, you want to put on the tinfoil hat?
Okay, let's hear it.
If this album has an arc,
okay, let's hear it.
It may start to take flight here.
Okay, tell me more.
So you go from coal miner's daughter.
Yeah.
Mood setting, scene setting, talks about herself. Mm-hmm. You rock into Hello, Darling.
Yep.
Broken heart.
Yep.
She broke someone's, also feels awfully bad about it. Mm-hmm. And probably won't see them again, but leaves the door open.
Yep.
Less of Me, however, I like this one because Less of Me, she was pretty bummed in the last tune. Mm-hmm. You could make the argument that right here she's trying to convince herself, all right, I'm gonna change my way a little bit. Right? I think less of me, more of others, give a little grace where I need to.
Yeah, it's about humility.
Lighten my load.
Yep.
Because I really jacked up this person in the prior song. Stick with me as we move through this album. I'm just saying, keep some open ears.
Okay. That's fine. I'll go. Yep. Because there's a lot of cheating going on in this.
Oh my
album.
God.
Everyone's
for God-loving people, y'all are jacking it all up.
Yep. Yeah.
This is the one with the 2-measure phrase, by the way.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Here, back on the Jordanaires, I feel like they almost sound. Are you familiar with the Oak Ridge Boys?
No.
Yeah, I feel like if you ever know like the song Elvira, it's one of their big hits, which came out after this, but they have this very distinctive sound, and again, it's because of the bass voice.
Yeah. Well, there is some counterpoint going on in this song. This one reminds me of gospel, but not like black church gospel.
Yep.
Like a little more, Southern white evangelical.
Yeah.
But like not in its cursed name of way today.
Yep.
There's like a very linear singing style going on here that almost reminds me of, I guess, to bring the Lutheran thing back. Were you ever a Prairie Home Companion listener with Garrison Keillor?
Yeah.
Love that guy.
Yeah.
Got to see him live last year, a year before, whenever they were at Strathmore. Mm-hmm. I got to take my dad, which is really special because we would spend Sunday afternoons, if we were visiting family or something, on any car trip listening to Prairie Home Companion. Mm-hmm. And, the combination of storytelling and then suddenly his awesome group just breaking into song, which almost always had like a hymn type of value, not HIM, HYM. Yeah. Really, that's something that was, it developed my ears as a kid.
Yeah.
I don't know. I never really paid that much attention to it until this very moment, but like it really influenced me, I guess. Yeah. And the presentation here, it goes to her versatility. She's now singing in her third specific way on the album, 3 songs in.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you're right. Because there's time when, at least my observation, there's time when where she'll pull her Kentucky accent into it. Stronger towards towards the end of the album, but she did it in Coal Miner's Daughter a little bit more. I think in this one it's a lot cleaner. Yeah, she definitely has 3 voices, and then there's I have to look at my notes here, but there's one where she actually throws some grit. Oh
yeah, that's much later in the album. We start to get pissed off her.
Yeah,
that's where I make our comment that is Fiona adjacent. But this is not new. We've seen Sheryl Crow do this and commented on it. We've seen Miranda Lambert do this and commented on it.
Yeah.
And so it's fun when you can get a couple characters out of your singers. And I mean, the people I'm talking about in company with her, these are all, explosive singers.
Yeah.
This is a trait of talented person.
Yeah. We haven't talked about her vibrato, which is so well controlled.
Man, I've heard so many jarringly shitty country vibratos. Mm-hmm. This is the exact opposite.
Yeah, she has so much support in her voice. I guess it's probably the best way to put it.
4 lungs.
Yeah. And given probably that everybody smoked, it's impressive, but I'm sure like she's breathing from her diaphragm. It feels like she's rooted on the ground and you're getting her whole voice most of the time.
Yeah.
And then when she hits that vibrato, it's so well controlled.
It's clean. Yeah. You go from this flat tone, not flat in traditional sense, but like a straight tone into a kiss of vibrato.
Yeah.
And you can tell she could ratchet that up. She could ratchet that down. she leaves her words really well.
Yeah.
There's never like a funky mouth sound or anything. Like they weren't doing the kind of editing that we can do digitally now.
Right.
It wasn't worth risking the tape or the time, probably, especially the amount of albums they're cranking out.
Yeah.
So that's just good singing.
Yep.
Through and through.
That's good singing.
All right. Let's talk about song number 4, which is Anyone, Any Worse, Anywhere.
Yeah. I really like this song. And here's where you start getting some of that grit. She gets a little bit mad. And this is a co-written by Loretta and Lorraine Allen. This is a little bit, now we're getting to our betrayal.
I'm sorry. Right. In our arc?
There's no arc in itself, but yes. but yeah, you could say like the middle of this album is all betrayal. Like this one, maybe not the next one. The one after this, song 6.
This kicks
What
off.
Makes Me Tick. Yeah. There's some.
This kicks off the big centerpiece of the album. The album absolutely grows.
Yeah. I'm curious if it's intentional because there's covers and stuff like that. I don't know, but I like the drama that's added by the grit here, and we talked about not a lot of harmonic diversity. What you do have here is you do have substitute dominance. So this is basically a fairly basic chord chart, but instead of doing a minor 2, which would be normal, it's dominant 2, which gives her some new note choices to sing. Mm-hmm. It adds a little bit more lift to it.
Well, where the 7 now hits is not the typical color you're hearing in this country music.
Yeah.
Everybody knows about kind of like, that blue note going through the flat 5, singing in traditional dominant where you get to use a flat 7 over the major. Here, by offering it in the 2, it's almost that little bit of rise.
Right. So I don't know what key we're in, but if we're in a key of C, the 2 would be a D minor 7, and here it's a D dominant 7, which means you're playing an F sharp, which is the sharp 4 in the key. So you almost get like a Lydian thing. Mm-hmm. They're not thinking this, but the fact that what they're doing is actually doing a circle of fifths is kind of what they're doing with that.
But the fact that she can navigate it as well is quite impressive.
Yeah.
You know what they didn't navigate here?
What's that?
This is the first time in the album I'm let down because this is one of the songs where the production falls off.
Okay.
This is the first time the band does not sound like they're all sitting in the same room as each other. This is the first time I lose the bond that we've had over the course of the first 3 songs. And I challenge any listener who wants to go back and listen to this, listen to the first 4 songs, and you are going to feel something notable in the production quality when we get to this tune.
Yeah, you're right.
For some reason, every instrument just sounds even panned, even harder. The preamps feel less lush. The reverb doesn't feel like it's gluing together the same way. Mm-hmm. The performances standalone are all still very good.
Yep.
The song's good. Her vocal performance is very good. This just takes a distracting pull. I was starting to vibe on this album. Like I'm starting to like feel it. And the first time I heard the whole album, and I've got 5 listens on it right now. Not as many as I wanted, but I got 5. I catch it every time.
I have a theory. You have a really good ear.
Oh, damn. Thanks, son.
So, this song was captured during a multi-track marathon recording session right before the holidays on December 23rd, 1969. Mm. That might play into what you're hearing.
Sure. They were just like, next.
Yeah.
Dude, we've all done that. You're doing that right now for another thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So that very well could contribute to it.
That makes sense. Yeah. That makes total sense. And look, not a bad song. Just does it it's unfair. It's like at some point in song on any album, some songs got to be the linchpin where I go, okay,
yep,
it can't be magical forever.
Yeah,
this is where it hit me.
Yeah, it just be the thing that I forgive there is because I do hear that rasp because she's been so clean. And that's
probably why she's raspy too. Think about it.
Right.
If you're cooking through your vocal parts.
Yeah. I probably had a carton of cigarettes at this point, and a 5th of Jim Beam.
Sounds like a fun night. Yeah. Sounds like a college Wednesday for me. Yeah. That's my little piece. Sorry to be a Debbie Downer.
Well, that's fine.
But the redemption is wonderful because we went from some of my least favorite production on this album to I think my favorite production on this album.
Yeah. Yeah. So did you know this song? So
I did not know this.
This is a Chris Christopherson written song, and it became a massive hit for Ray Price in the 70s. So I know the Ray Price version.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had not heard her version of this until going through this album.
Dude, she sounds awesome. She sounds so good.
Yeah, and she recorded this. So let's see, it was mid 1970s. Ray Price. She recorded this in August of 1970, like 2 months after his version took over the air.
So that also explains something. Not only do you get the influence, but now it's like if we're gonna do this, we got to like really hit it. It's the exact opposite of last song.
Yep. Yep.
Do you hear the electric guitar work in this song?
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
This is the most nuance on any instrument in this entire recording. It is gorgeous. It's set like pan 40 in your left.
Yep.
And it's just clean. I think it's a telly, but he's not really like crushing all like the high spots. So it could be like a Gretsch maybe.
Yep.
But it is the sweetest playing that kind of buckles out and then back in. And then when the whole band comes together, like it's so tight. They even have this one little bell like before they hit first chorus.
Yep.
This arrangement is unreal.
It really is good.
It gives me butterfly. This is my favorite song on the album. I think at least from the production and like what feels the best standpoint.
And there's also, I don't know if you noticed, there's like a high slide guitar. It almost sounds like a theremin in the background.
Dude, it's so well thought. And that's going against some incredible female vocals doing like a droney long type of note.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Yeah. And actually, again, we're talking very nuanced here. I think another reason you like this song is because this is basically a 5-1-4 chord progression, but then they go to the 2 minor. Now I'm in Beauty School Dropout. And since you listen to a lot of Frankie Valli,
there it is, baby.
I think that's why you like it, because all your Frankie Valli. Yeah.
It's such a classic chart.
Yeah.
But they take their time on it. The pacing's good. It's so rich.
Yeah.
It's such an ear lift.
Yeah.
In ways I'm like, thank you for dying on the sword, anyone, any worse, anywhere.
Yeah.
So that this could really soar in comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also it's sitting dead in the middle of the album.
Yeah.
And if you were to continue the Carl's hypothetical arc, think about this one. The admission that this thing is going down.
Yep.
It's almost the slow dancing in a burning room of this album.
You've entertained my theories. I'll entertain yours. The album, I did look. The album ends. The side ends after the next song here.
Oh, good. So,
So
we'll respect it.
So does that change your interpretation?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Because I was actually kind of hoping it would, because right now, if you look at it, she's saying in this tune, you know, we're pretty much done. We're, you know, effectively it's a toast to what was, right? So that the next song, she can, after a few toasts and the truth starts coming out, she can really start calling that dude out.
Yeah.
What's the next song?
The man of the house here. And whew. All right, so this album came out in 1971, and you said it sounds older because of the lyrical content here, right? There's sort of a gender subversion thing that's going on.
Yes,
here.
indeed.
But the man of the house is never home. There's a lot of the man, the woman, traditional, like the man does this and all that. And even in here where she is scorn, the idea, I have mixed feelings on this one, because the idea of the woman waiting for her man to come home, God, that makes me uncomfortable.
Oh yeah.
Right. In the fact that I believe that women are equal. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
He
So
said equal, not evil, y'all.
both things can be true. But she's waiting for him to come home because the man from man of the house is never home because he's out getting strange.
Oh yeah, totally. And she's not being shy about her accusations.
Yes.
In fact, she's talking about actively in the first verse, gussying up so she can say, F it, I'm going to go get my own then.
Yeah.
which plays into my arc.
Yep. Because
Of you gone, I'm gone.
Yeah.
And she does.
Yeah.
2 songs later. However, let's talk about the music in here.
Yep.
In a weird way, if you listen to the charts and the production, this is almost like an extension of For the Good Times. I believe these 2 songs are paired perfectly together where they fall. This one picks up in tempo.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's a little more rowdy. We start to get that tone that you were talking about where she's just a little risen. And there's an interplay going on in the song musically that I think is very important as well. And you probably know what I'm going to talk about.
The modulation for the verses in the 1 and the chorus is in the 5.
Indeed.
True modulation to the 5. And it's interesting because when she repeats the refrain, it's in a new key.
Yep.
And it's the 5 of the key, but it's the new key, and then just smoothly goes back to the 1 when you get back to the verse.
It's great. It's seamless.
Yeah.
There's also, if you look over the course of this album, there's almost always a lead instrument and then a secondary lead instrument.
Yep.
Or like a second chair. This one's really cool because it's the first time on the album that you get this seating. Ready? There's always drums, which are generally light, with the exception of the end of the album. They finally get some balls.
Yep.
There's always an acoustic guitar and a bass.
Yep.
In this one, they've chosen the pedal steel, and as the secondary chair, the piano.
Yeah.
And the pedal steel's smoking in this song.
Yeah.
But the piano player then will come in.
It's
and
like saloon piano.
It is, yeah. Very, like saloon into ragtime, but not quite as funky.
Yeah, it's
I
more
think
like-
saloon's right.
It's more like Rolf the dog.
perfectly put.
Yeah.
So listen to those moments. It's such a nice instrumental break
Yeah.
that features this great band of hers on top of her fantastic vocals. And we're still at that nice high-end level of production.
Yeah. So I have a little diversion.
Okay, hit me.
When we talk about like the gender norms of the time, because I feel like even though 70s, we already gone through some hippie stuff. We're going through some, women's rights, equal rights, burning bras and stuff like that. But this music is 20 years before that, thematically. So there's this thing that I got married in 2000, and I can't remember who found this. I think my wife found this. This is an article from 1955, Better Homes and Gardens, and it's called The Good Housewife's Guide. Okay?
Oh, gosh.
And it's a list of things that housewives should do to be a good housewife.
Uh-oh.
Would you like to hear some of the things that a good housewife should do?
I'm going to be uncomfortable, so yes, absolutely.
Okay. Number 1, have dinner ready. Plan ahead, even the night before, to have a delicious meal ready for him for his return. This is a way of letting him know that you've been thinking about him and are concerned about his needs.
Okay.
2, most men are hungry when they come home, and the prospect of a good meal, especially his favorite dish, is part of a warm and welcome need.
Hold on, so we're on dinner 2 times? All right.
3, prepare yourself.
For mutilation?
Take 15 minutes to rest. You'll be refreshed when he arrives. Touch up your makeup. Put a ribbon in your hair and be fresh looking. He's just been with a lot of work-weary people.
Oh, my God.
Number 4, be a little gay and a little more interesting for him. His boring day may need a little lift, and one of your duties is to provide it.
One of your duties.
Clear away the clutter. Make one last trip through the main part of the house just before your husband arrives. Gather up school books, toys, papers, etc., and then run a dust cloth over the tables.
Oh, God.
Just wait. Over the cooler months of the year, you should prepare a light fire for him and to unwind by. Your husband will feel as he's reached this haven of rest and order, and you will give him a lift too. After all, catering for his comfort will provide you with immense personal satisfaction.
Oh, no.
Prepare the children. Take a few minutes to wash the children's hands and faces if they're small, comb their hair if necessary, and change their clothes. Children are little treasures, and he would like to see them playing the part. Minimize all noise. At the time of his arrival, eliminate all noise of the washer, dryer, or vacuum. Try to encourage the children to be quiet. Be happy to see him. Free him with a warm smile and show your sincerity and your desire to please him. Listen to him. You may have a dozen important things to tell him, but the moment of his arrival is not the time. Let him talk first. Remember, his topics of conversation are more important than yours.
No, they didn't say that.
Make the evening his. Never complain if he comes home late or goes out to dinner or other places of entertainment without you. Instead, try to understand his world of strain and pressure and his very real need to be at home and relax.
Dude, these guys sat around and had to type like 10 letters.
Your goal, try to make sure your home is a place of peace, order, and tranquility where your husband can renew himself in body and spirit. Don't greet him with complaints and problems. Don't complain if he's home late for dinner, even if he stays out all night, which is why I thought it was appropriate for the song.
Perfect.
Count this as minor compared to what he might have gone through that day.
Oh no, 4 martinis at lunch.
Yeah. Make him comfortable. Have him lean back in a comfortable chair or have him lie down in the bedroom. Have a cool or warm drink ready for him. This sounds fantastic. This part. I'm in for this number 15. No.
We're already at number 15?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Arrange his pillow and offer to take off his shoes. Speak in low, soothing tones and a pleasant voice.
Oh, no.
What the fuck, man? Don't ask him questions about his actions or question his judgment of integrity. Remember, he is the master of the house and as such will always exercise his will with fairness and truthfulness. You have no right to question him.
Oh my God.
A good wife always knows her place.
That's how it ends? Wow.
Wow.
How things have changed.
How things have changed for the better.
Oh, absolutely.
For the better. Let's be clear.
I'm like
This is 1955.
really that does not sit at all well with me.
Yeah. So, but she grew up with this era, and you even though it was 1971, she hasn't diverted too much from this. Certainly, she's a little bit more defiant in certain things. She's got some country in her. She got some holler in her. But
I was saying, my dad was alive when that article was written. Mm-hmm. Ugh.
Yeah.
Okay.
My mom graduated high school 2 years after that.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
That was aimed at her.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
That's her guide. That was her guide.
Well,
but the good thing is she grew up more country, her first husband, they had horses and things like that. This was not like
they're just like,
off. Yeah.
Take off his boots and throw a bud at him.
Right. A little bit different. Yeah. But I mean, isn't that crazy? Like, so when you listen to this music and you think about, she's born, Loretta Lynn was born in 1932. So certainly raised through this, and the lyrical content that you'll hear throughout this is indicative of what was being fed to people, even though it was 15 years before this, still being fed at that point in time.
Okay. Yeah.
Should we take a break?
Yeah, bye.
All right. Get me a drink.
I'll take your shoes off.
Okay. Backwards Beats Podcast is brought to you by Tab Blue, a premium body spray designed to make you smell exactly like the damp cardboard boxes behind the back aisle of a neighborhood bodega. And also by Meat Weave, a premium hair replacement system designed entirely from cured deli meats for the man who wants his scalp to look and smell like a Friday afternoon at a Jersey sub shop. And finally by Panic Print, the office printing service that randomly prints your resume after your boss's print job finishes.
Speaking of the back half, I learned something the other day.
What is that?
I have always been raised to believe the word fanny was slang for your butt. Mm-hmm. Did you know that across the pond it's not?
No, I did not know that.
It's your front butt.
Your front butt.
If you catch my drift, you're performing for two bushes.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, use that appropriately as you may or must or see fit, because I think we would benefit from using it properly. Mm-hmm. Proper fanny. Yeah, exactly. Fun. All right, we're on the back half of this album. Real quick, talk about the numbers. The numbers. The average song here, I'm not actually doing the math, but if I had to eyeball it, if you were to take out the extreme outliers at the beginning.
Yeah.
You're probably sitting in the mid 200. I'd say like 250,000 listens.
Yep.
Fair assessment.
Mm-hmm.
So Coal Miner's Daughter, obviously, almost 70 million streams. That is the title track, and in our collection here, it's actually a single version. That's how I think it's in the collaborations folder.
Yeah.
Hello, Darlin', I think got the notoriety from Conway Twitty. Mm-hmm. That's at 1.6 million. But after that, you drop into the hundreds of thousands. This goes towards that making gold argument.
Yep.
Now, as always, with albums that are more dated, we don't expect to see crap streaming numbers on.
Right.
Generally, people will think they're pretty fancy and go pop in their CD version of this if they have it. Mm-hmm. God forbid they go back to their vinyl, 8-track, whatever else, cassette.
Yep.
Mini disc, remember that?
I do. I do.
So there's that going for it. Hey, Dan.
Yeah.
Song number 7 is called What Makes Me Tick.
And what does make you tick?
Many things, but what makes me tick today is the fact that I find like that this is the peak of our arc.
Okay.
I'm not leaving it. It's not my favorite song, but it is, I think, the moment that my cluster that you've also identified of these kind of the journey of getting cheated on and then going to cheat, and then kind of calling each other out in the shoot off.
Yep.
This is where it peaks because she pissed off.
She is. Yeah.
This is that tone. I think this is the prime example on the album of the time that you get her actually singing mad.
Yeah. I think you've gone ape.
I love that line. I love that line.
Yeah.
She's really like rounding it off. It's very targeted.
Yeah.
Everything she does has a little extra gristle on it. And I love the deprecation going on because she's effectively going, she's calling him out on all this crap that he's literally doing wrong, going, it must be me.
Yes. Yeah. It's very self-deprecating. This is a solo composition by her.
Good on her.
And, reading up on her a little bit, she got married at 15 and stayed married for like 50 years or however
That's
long.
impressive amount of cheating songs she has.
Yeah. And, but it wasn't always easy. Sounds like there's a line she goes, he never hit me where I didn't hit him back twice.
Damn, that's a fantastic line. A little scary at first, but the line itself is actually fire. This is the only song on the album that has the train beat.
My note, almost a train beat.
It's a train beat.
Yeah.
It's a train beat, bro.
Chicka
chaka. Yeah.
it's not the chicka is not there, but the chicka is in there.
It's there in spirit because the guitars are strumming it. It's a train beat, bro.
Then you got more saloon piano that goes here and some flat picking.
So good.
Some flat picking guitar in here.
Well, there's your 1 and 2, right?
Yeah.
Because where you always have a strumming guitar, this one you have the piano and then the flat picking guitar being able to do their thing.
Yeah.
And the flat picking licks are sick.
Yeah.
They get almost bluegrassy, but not quite.
Not quite.
But they do
it's
get
air
that
quotes flat picking.
kiss of Appalachia, you know?
Yeah.
This is a fun, upbeat song.
Honky tonk.
Yeah, really nice.
Yep.
And, I think it's great as a section opener, too. And, this is why one of the things that we now look at, I think, maybe didn't put as much light on it at the beginning of our entire analysis of all of these albums is how do you approach a B-side on albums where it's applicable? This is the answer.
Yeah.
This is, because remember, your A-side was literally Coal Miner's Daughter. So how do you approach B? I think it's right here.
Yeah.
It's her song. It's a statement piece.
Yep. It's the shortest song on the album.
It is. And is it liked? It is just kind of there. 205,000 listens. It feels a little underserved.
Yeah. I like this song quite a bit, actually.
Yeah, me too. It's a top 3 to 5er for me.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, I've mentioned you have Rolf on piano again.
So sick.
Yeah.
No, the piano is my big note here.
Let me give the person appropriate credit.
Good man.
It'd be great if it was Rolf, though.
He would appreciate
I
it.
would appreciate it. I've not seen the new Muppets. I'm a little afraid because I grew up loving the Muppets. But,
They're going to kill your heroes, man. Stay away.
They're going to kill it, yeah. That's right. I forgot. This is Hargus Pig Robbins.
Hargus Pig Robbins. I'm eating at that restaurant.
Who's played with all the classics, Patsy Cline, Dolly Parton, Patti Page, Loretta Lynn, the Everly Brothers.
Oh my gosh. Kenny
Kenny Rogers, George Jones, Charlie Rich, Bob Dylan, Neil Young. Now we're moving forward here. Travis Tritt, Mark Knopfler, Alan Jackson, Merle Haggard. Like, he's played with everybody.
Machine Gun Kelly.
Yep, Machine Gun Kelly for sure. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's great. This is if you're a pianist and you're looking for ways to kind of excite your ears, maybe you're stuck in a slump, you've been playing the same style for a while, go check this out. And first of all, check this whole album out.
Yeah.
No questions asked. Guitarists too, please.
Yeah.
But there's some real fun piano playing on here. We haven't heard anything this creative since Al Green.
Yeah.
Like, this is some of the more creative playing. It's taken that long to get to like these really colorful parts that meet the song perfectly.
Yeah. We had some good piano on Muddy Waters too.
Yeah, there's some. You know what? You're right. I think that. Oh yeah, Muddy was after Al. Right?
No.
Okay, cool. There we go. They were within a few sessions of each other. There was one month where you and I were just like, killer piano.
Yep. Howlin' Wolf. Actually, I'm thinking Howlin' Wolf more than Muddy Waters. Howlin' Wolf.
Muddy had some good piano playing on it too.
Yeah. Yep.
No lack of them.
Yep.
All right. Hey Dan.
Yeah.
Another man loved me last night.
Well, she finally got her revenge.
She did it.
She didn't feel good about it though.
But she feel that bad? The Ark asks.
I don't know. She was crying in bed, trying not to think about it.
Yeah, here's my thing. For a song about cheating, she doesn't sound as sad as expected.
But what about the minor 5?
I know.
That's such a beautiful part.
It is. Did you notice that this is one of the only songs that there is, when the harmonies come in, there are no men?
Yeah. Yeah.
Added to the theory.
So this is written by Lorraine Allen and Peggy Sue Wells. So Peggy Sue is her sister. To me, this is such a somber song because of that minor 5.
Yeah, but the tempo choice, I didn't feel like it was she could have, think about her rendition of Hello, Darling.
Yeah.
That was nice and slow and real draggy. Don't click the old one, the new one.
No, this is, I'm thinking of this one.
She had the
three in this
ability,
one, right?
Yeah, she had the ability to really, really drag this out and make it like I think she's divided.
Well, yeah.
She's not terribly apologetic. She's guilty. She
Yeah.
admits that all day.
Yeah, she says, I hope he just thinks I'm being moody and quiet.
I love that line.
Yeah.
But she's not apologetic.
No.
And
Because she almost forgot what lovin's like.
that's why I'm standing by. She seemed like she kind of enjoyed the experience on her own terms.
I think whoever loved her did a good job loving her.
That's exactly right. Her next song's "I'm Walking Funny." Yeah. No, this is not a musical champion on the album for me. It's kind of just down the middle. But as far as the storytelling goes, I'm glad she got.
When she hits that flat 7 in her vocals.
Glad she got hers.
That gives me the thing.
She's perfect. Yeah. I no notes on her vocals, critically speaking, across this. I tried, man. Yeah. I hate that I like it so much.
You don't have to hate it. It's fine. Where I'll agree with you, where she only feels a little bad is clearly he's not really engaged. It's like, I'm trying to think. What was that? God, there's this. No, I can't remember the movie. There's this. I was thinking it was Fargo, but the husband in Fargo. No, the husband in Fargo. I'm messing this up. It's with the same. Who's the actress? McDermott, Frances McDermott.
Okay.
I feel it was a husband in Fargo, but she has some husband who's only like half paying attention to her the entire movie. I can't remember what movie that is, but that's what it feels like. His husband's only half paying attention to her.
Like, even if you found out, like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, no, the husband in Fargo's fine because he's another cop. It's a different...
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
No, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But no, there is that whole, like, just distance, yes, honey, like, type of approach.
Yeah, that's what it feels like is happening in this space here, so...
But... if you want to look at the now undeniable, some may say, arc of this album,
One may say.
I
One
do
may
question the intention moving into the next song, which I actually like quite a bit.
Whew.
Which is
She's protective here.
It'll Be Open Season on You. This has, I was trying to find a song that I could use to parallel it. And for a second, I was on like the Carrie Underwood Before He Cheats. Mm-hmm. But there are other songs that talk more about the person who's trying to shack up with your man than the actual dude cheating.
Right.
And Carrie Underwood, she's acknowledging this trick, but she also is really she wrecks his car.
No, she threatens the floozy outside her fence.
That's the way to go.
Yeah.
And so now she's really threatening another one. I feel like in one of our, it wasn't the Ronettes. Was it Donna Summer? There was one album where we had kind of the girl calling the other girl out. I'm trying to remember what it was.
Yeah, I can't
the
remember
Supremes, right? I think it may have been.
Yeah.
But here she is angry.
Firing a warning shot for everyone.
Yeah.
It starts off, she's talking about the girl outside the fence, but she also turns around on her man.
Oh, she does finally.
Yeah. Yeah, in the last verse.
Yeah, but you're waiting because you're like we're not going to call the dude out.
Right.
But she had just done it herself. A little hypocritical.
Yep.
Little hypocritical.
Open season on you.
I don't want anything to do with this relationship personally.
No.
It's really funny because, when you first open this album up, you hear
It's
coal miners.
daddy's little girl kind of thing.
Precisely. And then you get this deep into it and you're just like, man, everybody's banging everybody.
Yeah.
And they're all doing it to pedal steel.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, the music does not match the ire of this song, because if you were to do an SNL sketch of this, of the lyrical content of this, she's in a robe, he's in a robe, like they're throwing beer bottles at the person outside the fence,
That one breaks out of me.
Yep. Pit bulls barking. That's what's happening in this day and age, know.
And we ain't talking Mr. Worldwide.
No. That's what was happening in this song. But if you were to move this forward to today's day,
yeah, it's the truth.
Guitar tone in this solo,
real nice.
Yeah, you get some overdrive a little bit.
This one starts to kiss the rock country vibe that like Reba was known for.
Yep.
And I felt like if you told me 1971 country album, I felt like in my mind, this is more where we would be at a baseline and it would only go up from here.
Right.
But no, they were real restrained.
Yeah.
In that sense.
Even though there's a wah guitar floating in the background. Like, is this a crossover track here? We're starting to get some Shaft in the middle of this.
Yeah, I think someone got Shaft.
Yeah.
Oh man. Wow, is that too far?
I don't know. It may be.
Well, if it's song number 10, then it is song number 10 too far.
Yep.
This is the first time we are getting like a doo-wop 6/8 type feel.
Yeah.
Like a true, this felt more like a Ronettes song initially.
Yeah.
Which they're parallels, by the way, to this and the
This is the
Ronettes.
5 minor song. I spent the whole other time talking about 5 minor. This is the 5 minor
This
song.
is it. This feels much more there.
Yes.
I was like,
everything I said about 5
5
minor is in this song.
Slide it down.
Slide it down to this one. Yes.
I do that all the time.
Yep.
It's cool for kind of a doo-wop-y shuffle. This, though, I will say, It'll Be Open Season on You was the last tune since Less of Me that kind of was what I consider the core of the album.
Yeah.
Then you have a couple outliers, which are very good songs, but they don't quite fit the sound in the same way.
Yep. So everything I said about the 5 minor, I love about this song.
Yes, this is a great tune.
messed up,
This
yes.
is a great tune.
Because this one, you don't get the major 5 until the chorus.
Yep.
Yep.
Which they withhold because that's literally the setup chord to resolve.
To get you back. Yeah.
Yep. The arpeggiated guitar cannot be slept on. Yeah. Literally classic.
Mm-hmm. And she may have gone too far. Is this your arc?
Yeah. This caps.
So she cheated. She became white trash.
Yeah. This caps the story.
Yeah.
It's hard because it's so different on the ear.
Yeah.
But it does cap the story. And, this one has just as much sadness as it has hope in it, or kind of admitting like childish, I was wrong, like reflection.
Yeah. This is closer to slow dancing.
Okay.
Thematically,
You know what? I think you're right there. I'll play.
Yeah. Because this is the love has drifted too far. Mm-hmm. We're going down.
And if you look at it, it's like everybody hurt everybody.
Yeah.
And I'm still gonna hurt this chick.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the least listened to song on the album. And I see for country purists who would own this album, why? Because it doesn't sound like country.
No.
But I happen to like this track quite a bit.
Yeah, I do too.
It brings you into another song, though, at the very end that is kind of needed home. It was one of they're just like sticking this at the end.
Well, it's a cover. This is an Anne Murray song.
Okay, wonderful.
Which I'm not sure which version I knew more. I knew the song.
I've never heard this song in my life.
Yeah,
from anybody.
Yeah, this song I've heard 1,000 times. And I'm just not sure which one I know better because I've heard both versions because Anne Murray recorded this in 1970.
Got it. And then this one's shortly to follow.
Yeah. And I think I know the Anne Murray one better because I don't remember this like the scalar, like the scale thing in the background, which I don't like.
So I have I agree. It's cool as a one-time lick, maybe. They just run that sucker.
Yeah.
And you know what it takes away from, which is the first time we've really heard it? This really out front resonator, which finally got a seat at the table.
Yeah.
Who's playing a tasty, normal resonator lick.
Yeah.
Actually mic'd kind of poorly, frankly.
Yeah.
But man, and then I suspect this is a lap steel, not a pedal steel.
Probably.
Because the way it's being played and like the accuracy on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that lick is kind of like you've stuck Van Halen on a steel and we're like, go.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not a fan of that. I do like the song. It's very catchy. This is a pop crossover.
This totally is. I mean, you can actually hear the kick drum. You got a cross stick on the drum set.
Yeah.
Feels a little more defined. Even her singing gets a little clean up here. Feels a little more traditional.
Yeah.
Like she was almost put in the pop box.
Yeah. This might be a dobro. Mm-hmm. Instead of, that might.
What did I say? Resonator?
Yeah.
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 One way or another. It's one of these, kitschy, kind of other uses of the traditional guitar model.
Yeah.
But, I guess the resonator is built out of all metal.
Yes.
And then, the dobro is played horizontally in like a more slide way.
Yeah.
Still, the miking on it's poor.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I think it's a necessary end given how dark that last song is. And I'm sure because the Anne Murray song was quite popular, just trying to
chunk it up, man.
Chunk it up.
Let's go get another gold.
Yeah, what are we about? $250,000?
$250,000. Yeah. Kind of floats with everything else.
Yep.
There's no real standouts inside of the core of this album. Mm-hmm. There's a couple surprises I think should be a little stronger. Or a little weaker. Like, I don't know why Another Man Loved Me Last Night sitting at 320.
Yeah.
When the three before it are all significantly better songs in my book and barely breached 250.
Yeah. And I like Too Far more than the Numbers.
Me too. Yeah. I think Too Far is one of the more standout songs on the album.
Yeah.
But I think we also kind of figured out perhaps why.
Yeah.
People's ears tune for different sounds.
Yep.
So overall, I think that this is a collection of great songs.
Yeah.
But it does lead you to ask the question, does this deserve to be on the top 500 album of all time list?
It's a tough one. Coal Miner's Daughter was a big deal. The song was a big deal. And I think Loretta Lynn for sure belongs on the list.
Okay.
Right? She's just done too much to not be recognized. Not knowing her catalog of 175 albums or however she has, is this the best one? Is this the one to represent her? I'll just trust the people and say yes. I think she belongs on the list. Do I think this is one of the 500 best albums I've ever heard in my life? No. I like all the music on this album, and I think she deserves to be on the list. So yeah, I'll say yes.
Dude, I was looking for controversy, but because I thought I'd be a hot take saying yes. Mm-hmm. But I sit in the exact same boat. I was going, I'm not going to listen through her discography. If this is the best, it certainly falls in the right place. We've seen time and time again albums make it on here that are several into a catalog. People really get their feet under them. I have no reason not to like this. I really enjoyed listening to this album way more than I thought I would.
Me too.
Like now when I'm like, at a record store or Crate Dive, if I find a Loretta Lynn album, doesn't matter if it's this one or another, I'm probably pulling it out if it's under $10.
Yeah. Her voice is fantastic.
Her band's unreal.
Yeah.
And I think that this is I wouldn't say a masterclass. What would you call it? This is a professional grade showing of how in the 70s, when I think a lot of people had the ability to be experimental, these folks decided to stick more to their roots and put together a nice piece of music that would absolutely go to represent the future. That was the cue for the question.
Yeah.
So, hold on. First of all, we both agreed this should be on the list.
Yes.
Now, go ahead, Daniel.
So the other question I have, in case you didn't hear the bleed through of the mic, is, Carl, what's in your ears?
I thought I was getting ahead of myself in the template by getting that cue in there. And we were pretty damn close.
You almost stuck the landing, yeah.
Yeah. So I stumbled upon something this week that I thought was pretty cool. And I want a piece of it. I don't know that I want this piece of it. I'm listening to it. I want people to listen to it. I don't think I love it, but I really like a lot of elements of it.
Okay.
Band.
That's a lot of caveat in.
I have to do this.
Okay.
It's called Spinning Plums.
Okay.
It's Japanese prog that's kind of influenced by minimalism. I know that's a lot. So you get these like...
What's the group band's name?
Spinning Plums.
Spinning Plums, got it.
So you get this like front lady singer. She's playing some degree of guitar. Obviously is good. She sings in a way that's kind of crazy. It's like she's trying to channel like Courtney Love and like some other like shoegazy vocals, but also in a pop realm. Then you have this smashing ass band behind her of these dudes who seemingly have no affect whatsoever when they play and have chops for days.
Yeah.
And they're all playing Fender like Jazz Masters. And it's like the sickest tones and it's like glitched out. It's really, really cool music. It's definitely prog rock. I have to stick with my guns on that.
Okay.
And some might disagree. It touches on some of the trappings of neo soul, some of the trappings of rock and roll, some of the trappings of some like weird Japanese EDM. I'm highly intrigued by it. And so I caught one of the songs and then I just had to go down and listen to everything they've done, which isn't a ton.
Okay.
They have some really cool grooves that feel like they're just pulled from like California, like happy hour playlists. But then they have this off the wall crap that they've programmed as well.
Wow.
Give it a listen.
That sounds very cool.
It's kind of like, like Sungazer would be, they could open for Sungazer.
Yeah.
How about you?
Okay. I can't tell you. I can't tell you. Because I can't pronounce it.
Okay, you want to spell it?
I can't spell it because it's not in an Arabic alphabet.
Oh, fantastic.
And so it's a Japanese band.
We both went Japanese?
Yes.
Sick.
But the name of the band is only written in their characters.
So can we drop it into our show notes?
We can. So I can tell you really who it is. So it depends on how. It's hard to follow these things. So I was introduced to this group through my son, who listens to all kinds of niche music. So if you want to get to this artist, I'll put the album name in the show notes. But it's Fushita Susha is a band, and that band features a fairly well-known artist by Kenji Haino.
Okay.
Okay. And so the main album I've been listening to, and this might be the same band. So that's why I have to put it in here, because it's hard to get the metadata when you're listening, because he was playing something and what is that? And he just sends me the album. I'm like, I still don't know what I'm listening to because I can't translate this. So the album is called
Good luck.
Dro Jerry G.
Na 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 na.
GEROGERIEGEGE.
That's pretty good.
I don't know how you pronounce that.
Should we put in applause sounds for the second time?
I'll put it in, yeah. But anyway, it's definitely Japanese experimental music. It's really interesting because it's a mixture of drone, but some interesting other sort of tonality that comes out of it. These songs are not for everybody. It's definitely experimental because I was also listening to, I happen to be working on a film score, and I've been listening to some film score music simultaneously. And I said, I need to get out of this film score music, and this sort of would fit into like a horror movie in certain cases. It's not relaxing music, but I do really enjoy it. And I spent a good amount of time listening to that because otherwise I've been listening to, like I said, film score to get, I'm working on some motivic development for this film score that I'm working on, but I'm not doing like a John Williams type score.
No. The pieces aren't.
You're not going to sing along to this.
Precisely.
Stuff. It's fairly dissonant. I have some microtonal stuff in what I'm writing, and I'm like trying to study a little bit.
I was gonna say, I'm surprised you're listening to anything at all because this score has consumed your life for the past 2 weeks.
It really has, yeah. But hopefully it'll come out right. Yeah, it's a feature-length film I'm scoring for, and I had I really had 2 days of time at a week to really put it together. Not sleeping much.
Yeah, well, we hope that you can move forward on it.
Yeah.
Well, let's gamble on next week's album here. What are we listening to?
So completely opposite of what we just heard.
Okay.
We're going to be listening to Sex Machine by James Brown.
Hell yeah, baby. Yes. I'm in a James Brown tribute band, dude. I know this album so well.
Me too.
Oh, we can both chill this week. You'll get your score done.
This will be, yeah.
Hit me.
Yeah.
Well, this is going to be fantastic.
But you can think of a more opposite album for what we
it's perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect. I love Loretta Lynn's cover of this album. Well, we look forward to showing it to you next week when we rejoin you. Thanks again for joining us in season 4 and making our dream come true. I'm Carl Carter Fansteel.
I'm Dan Woodard.
See you later.
That was a show about Loretta Lynn's album, Coal Miner's Daughter. Country music sitting where it ought to be. Yeah.
Backward Speeds Podcast is a Tunawood production recorded live at Thought Shack Studios in Halethorpe, Maryland.
If you enjoyed the show, make sure to subscribe and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
You can find us at Backward Speeds Podcast on most platforms.
Share the love, and we'll see you next week for another deep dive into the next album on Rolling Stone Magazine's Top 500 list. Until then, salt your melons.